So I just want to do a quick breakdown of how I got to, you know, hit excel on this particular trade on JPY. Um, it's actually been a very tough week for me. A whole lot of back and forth. I was engaged in some very rigorous activities. In other activities, I that I actually have a really bad week at the end of the week. I was in between. I took some trade. I couldn't even do a proper journaling for those trades. It was just off my phone and all of that. But this is what we are just going to do because I'm actually going to break down the trade. And now I actually finally conclude that GBP were actually bad. But of course, as we can see, I missed out, or not I hit SM before the move. Because you can see that the projection is this particular high, and price still goes to that particular high, and all of that. I remember sharing the execution with my brother, on from the account, that I took it from, and at the end, it's eventually, like this actually, I think this, yeah, it's not like I think this was a trade that actually made me lose the account. Um, this week, right? So I'm just going to do a quick breakdown of it, and yeah. So from the weekly time frame, which I always like to do my breakdown for any trade analysis, if we can, I'm not sure I've posted something like this, but yeah, I think I do have I think I can still remember. I do have somewhere that I keep this particular trade on this particular. This is from last year December, right? So last year December, this particular candle closed on the 20. I think is it on Monday 30th of December 2024. This particular candle closed, and that week we have the following week, which is now the 6th of January. We have this opening candle here on the weekly time frame. I'm talking about this one, this particular candle, this one. So when we have that opening candle, I recall I took a sell from here, and my target for that sell is this particular low. I was targeting this low. Wow, why am I targeting that low? Is because after market has traded into this discount level of this swing leg, we took this internal range liquidity. The moment you took this internal range liquidity, the intent of the price is to go and take out the external, right, which is this. But instead of doing that, market got here, give us this was the closest candle, right? Give us this rejection, and then the next candle the following week open, and then the third week we have a sweep of liquidity, and a break and a sell to the downside, which is more like a bearish engulfing candle, right? So, and then after that, we have this opening candle. Of course, at that instant, my intent in the market changed from the bullish to now the bearish. And so that is more reason why I was selling from here. So we sold all the way from here. I want to remember, I think the overall profit for that sell was from this particular level here. This particular candle. I was expecting some reactions there, and this particular week here is also a reaction. If you go to a daily time frame, you can see the rejection after market got into this particular demand. Which I personally like demands like this, a bullish engulfing candle. And when it got there, price gave reaction, but it failed, right? That demand failed. So now, after all, we begin to have another bullish intent. Bullish intent after we've taken out this demand, probably to manipulate some buyers in the market, you understand, who are probably have been waiting for this demand. And then market begin to react from this indecisional candle here. This indecisional candle, is really a big thing. Indecisional candle are just places where markets kind of what will I call it, get to you know not have a particular direction. So I don't really expect that there will be a reaction from here. But I think coupled with other fundamental analysis, aside technical, which is the interest rate that the um, the Japanese government, that they increase actually influence this reverse that we are now seeing. So what will the next week look like? We still don't know, but the market is totally, at the moment, the market is now giving us bullish intent. You can even see the daily candle that close that give us this bullish engulfing candle. Not so much of want to be trusted, considering that this candle is so well, but it's still something, right? So, but not to digress too much, I think we should just go straight to why I actually want to, the first reason why I want to make this particular video. Why am I trying to make this video is to explain the reason why I took a loss on this trade last week, right? So we have this from the 4 hour. So this was the demand that has a sweep, as they will call it. It's just a bullish engulfing candle for me, and it has this demand, but then it failed, right? It failed right here. This particular demand failed at this point here, and then we begin to come up to the downside. And my expectation was even that the moment we come into this fair value gap from here, as we've done, like we will sell and finally take out this. But then market begins to give bullish intent, and I could recall that I think it was this same 4 hour time frame that I saw this bullish engulfing candle. This particular one, I was keen, like I was kind of I was fascinated or something, that this particular candle cannot just be any other candle, considering that it's forming on 4 hour. So I think I took a buy, but I was out on that bias. I think as early as this place. It was even a mistake actually, and I was supposed to find another entry, but market refused to give me the kind of entry that I think I can actually take. You understand? And begin to have a series of break to the upside. But then I think it's this week, right? This same week, today is still Saturday that I'm making this video. This same week, after we begin to have this push to the upside, if market is selling and it begins to buy with great momentum, the thing is that market will always seek liquidity. So initially, this was the target that I was expecting, that okay, since the market has stopped selling now and is now buying, we'll take out this high. And the moment we take out this high, we will just find some level of demand from here, like this level of demand here, and then sell to the downside. But as you can see, the market has failed this demand. Of course, there was no valid confirmation, there was no valid confirmation, so to say, but this demand has failed. Or has it not? So it actually failed. I can zoom in to confirm that, because you can see, okay, it has not been taken, but this particular touchy candle has been swept. So there is possibility that this will not actually hold. I think in the market that is giving that has this fundamental bias backing it, I think I always like my confirmation entry to come from something like 4 hour, like I think 3 hours too, or like 3 hours rather than 2 hours and 1 hour, even though I can trust these guys on good occasions. And I think I also like time frame correlation of POI. You can see that we have this on 3 hours. We also have the same candle on 4 hour again. And I think we have it on 2 hours. And we have it here on 2 hour. Look at it here. I might pick him to 50% to start buying to the upside. So my own is just that my overall target was this high, but now we've taken this high. So the moment we take this high, now this is where I messed up. We have this model that we all as an SMT traders always do, the ABC pattern. This, right, and then this, and then up, right. So this was exactly what it is. But I was buying here. I was trying to buy the market from here, and this is what I'm talking about. Let me take this past too. So we have this, right? We have this, and we have this. We have this, and then I think I want to confirm Yes, we have this. So market has been consolidating. So I was trying to buy from here. Of course, it actually bought. Yeah, the market bought from here. The market bought as high as this before failing, right? And completing this ABC pattern, because all of this is just, it doesn't break any significance, anything you can say. So now this particular low now is now the strong low. But I couldn't I would have been able to avoid being the liquidity that the market will use to create a new low for this particular leg, right? But I was not looking at the chart in a bigger picture. And I think I mentioned how I've been trading on my phone, not like phone. People don't use phone to see the bigger picture of trade, but considering the level of activities that I was engaged in, I think it's best that I could have avoided that trade. I'm not like blew my account. Sure, you understand. But looking at this particular trade, what I learned is that the main thing is when there are two POIs, especially someone like me who kind of likes to trade candle formation, if there are two POIs, what I will always suggest is if there are two POIs in a range, and that to a great extent the two are valid, because 2 hour engulfing candle is also something, and that is the reason this particular one, and that is the reason why we have this push to the upside. And if you check, there is a particular demand. I think I don't know, I confirmed that I can't remember the time frame, from a very lower time frame, to know that this particular sell that happens here, that finally give us this pattern of ABC, this thing, is actually from a demand. There was a demand here that the market tapping into the 50% leg of it, and then give us this proper break of structure. It's not even a break of structure that we may call it, a sweep of liquidity to now begin the movement to the upside. I was buying from here, and my target was still where, I think I was buying from here. You see, this is how I was still at. I was buying from here, and the target is just where the market is at the moment. So I would have been out of this market already. I would have been out of the market already. But so if, as I was saying earlier, if you have two POI, I think if you have two POI in a range leg, it is better, because the manipulation here is that you will say, we have this, right? We have this, we have this, we have this, right? And then we have this. So even if market is coming back, if you have bought early from this bullish engulfing candle, it won't break this low, right? Meanwhile, this is actually the low that was supposed to be protected, because this is the leg that started all of this. So what am I saying is that the better way probably to have drawn this would be like this. We have this, right? We have this, right? We have this, and then we have this, and this. So this guy, of course, if you go to a lower time frame like 30 minutes now, is something. Happy, right? You can see it's something. It's a pullback, but it's not valid, because if you go to a more higher time frame where POI is actually supposed to be selected, you realize that this is actually the guy that I'm supposed to buy from. So a sniper entry. Sniper entry. I bought from the guy. Sniper entry. So that was how I blew the account on GG last week. A 5K proper account. So this particular one now, where am I expecting the market? What am I anticipation for the market for the next week? I think we'll go out to the weekly time frame, and then we'll put things into perspective. Okay, so now we're having a sell to the downside. Now here's the tricky part that I'm yet to understand about trade. And that is why I always follow candlestick. We are selling from here. We break this low. All I break, sweep with liquidity, but this is weekly time frame. So a week sweep is something. Now, after we've had this sweep to the downside, we have this push to the upside. They never break this high, but then begin to tank. After we were selling from here, we had refused to break this low. So I'm not saying we have too strong low in the market. Of course, no. One of these high, either this high, or this, okay, or this low must go. But considering the level of um considering the current considering the current price action, you know, I think way more than intent, to what we'll be doing now is following price action. The intent of the market initially from here is that after you have refused to take this low, this was the low that start and this high. I mean, after you have refused to take this high, this was the low that engineered this move. This low supposed to go, right? But am I the market maker? No. So what are we going to do? We are going to react rather than predict. So what do we have here? So we have this particular candle, indecisional candle here. You can call this an evening star, right? But what's the tricky part of this particular one is, of course, it's on daily time frame, and it's got a significant impact being kind of. But one thing is this: there is no close liquidity here from daily set to spot. That okay, this will be at a inducement for this POI. So if market gets here, even though it can sell, right? Even though it can sell, I would prefer that the candle formation that will make that guy sell comes from 4-hour time frame. It has to be from 4-hour time frame. It has to be from 4 hours time frame. So my analysis for GG for the coming week, yeah, considering the new interest rates that was raised, I'm still going to remain bullish. Like bullish, I'm just going to be looking for buys for now until otherwise. For me, I still believe that this particular loop should be taken. Should be taken. That this particular loop should be taken because I'm not sure this guy preserve any demand, so to say. I'm not particularly sure that it preserves any demand, right? This is looking more like an equal loop. Looking more like an equal loop. So even if I got any sell entry from this particular level, of course, whatever it is I'm doing, I have to cover this high. I have to cover that high. But if you enter this zone, if you find a sweet reaction, then we sell. Or price can use this as an inducement for something that I'm seeing out there. I'm seeing there's this particular candle here, dominant break sell candle. So that one price can give us some sort of reaction here. Using this as an inducement for this POI, and then we can now find a proper sell. Of course, this is where I would probably want to leave the market, but the overall target would be this particular low. So for next week, currently we'll still watch. Market is just buying. And I'm out already in the market. Painful, but I think that's part of the business. But another closest POI is going to be this one, which I don't know if the market will respect, but it's also a dominant break. It's a dominant break, and it's the closest to. Okay, I said I marked something on weekly. Sorry, I didn't mention that. Okay, so this was the POI I was choosing. This one, right? This one. So why am I here? It's because this is an SNR. This is an SNR. Yes, and this particular one too is a key level. It's a key level to sell the market to the downside. It is the closest POI to look for a sell. To look for a sell. And yeah, so something like this. So let's just see what the market will do from this particular level. If we touch here and we got a beautiful reaction, we should be selling. Yes, we should be selling. And when we go there, we're looking for our entries on 4-hour time frame. Thank you so much.